what is up, everyone? This is Yen from New York City here on the YenYorkCity Live podcast. And tonight, I have a very special guest. If you guys are not familiar with him, he is a German drummer. He's an artist. He's a streamer here on Twitch. He does everything from art to 3D printing creations. And yeah, he's awesome. And his name is itsALPINE. So I want to thank him especially for being here, because in Germany it's like, I don't know, 1 or something or 12. It's very late over there, but you know, he's here and he's gonna jam for us on the drums, and we're gonna get to know him more. We're gonna get to see how it is in Germany and everything else in between. So thanks everyone for coming in. I see Dun Dun is in the stream. I see Meerkat. Thank you so much for coming in. Babes coming in, and Steven, hells yeah. Yeah, we are live and we are on time tonight, you know, so we're doing it. And so itsALPINE tonight, drummer, artist, and 3D printer. He does everything on stream, so you guys could check him out also. When he's live, he's gonna tell us his schedule. So let me introduce you. itsALPINE. Are you ready for me, Alpine?
Hey everyone, I'm ready.
Okay, and we got my co-host EJ Luna Official. Are you ready?
Nope.
Are you ready, everyone?
I'm ready.
All right, let's do it here at YenYorkCity Live. There you guys go. There goes Alpine, and there goes EJ. Thanks you guys for being here, and yeah, tonight.
Fine, DJ.
And yeah, I did the whole like pom-pom like hat thing, because if you guys haven't been familiar with his streams, he does wear a lot of different hats. So, you know, I'm always trying to like do something that kind of reminds me. I don't know why I'm hitting these balls this way, but yeah, it's happening. So
Those are great.
yeah. So yeah, how is everything in Germany? And thanks so much for being here, Alpine. I mean, it's late there right now, right? How was your day? And how's your 2020 been so far?
Yeah, it's at 1 a.m. here.
Wow.
And I have currently late shift, so I work from 12 to like 9 or 10, depending on how much work we have. So
Wow.
9 or 10 at night.
Currently it's evening for me.
Yeah.
So
Long shift.
not yeah, so can be long. Today was calm and relaxed.
That's good.
Well, your stream are very calm and relaxing, because your voice is so calm and relaxing all the time. Are you always this calm and like relaxing? Like, is that?
I try to, at least when I'm online.
Yeah. You let it out when you're offline. You're like, ah!
I have to be loud all day at work.
Oh,
so,
okay.
So, yeah.
He's like, I'm tired of screaming. I'm gonna relax now.
I'm a team leader in logistics, so we send out stuff worldwide, and that means I have to shout at everyone that the trucks are here and that everything has to get ready, and why are things not done, and why is everything messed up, and yeah. So every time I have at home and for my own or for the stream, I try to be relaxed and calm and not shout around and not be mad at people and not be mad at myself, and so yeah. Yeah, and
Hey, sure.
20.
Oh, is Nigel raiding?
Nigel.
How come my New York City transit train isn't coming in? I don't know. I guess that's strange. But anyways, thank you so. I think it's the whole Twitch thing. Like, if it's less than 10, which is total BS.
Right, yeah,
it's
yeah,
total
that's what that
BS.
is.
Like, come on,
Yeah.
acknowledge my
Saturday
raids.
morning.
Yeah.
Throw some soundboard stuff out there for him.
Oh yeah. Let's do it. I actually got it right here. Let's see.
Lost soul, Nigel.
Nigel coming in with that raid. Thank you for coming in with your peeps, Nigel. He was on the podcast too, and he's an awesome guitarist. Thank you so much for coming in, Nigel. Shout out to Nigel. He's super fun, and yeah, he's a lot of fun to watch too. So if you haven't checked out Nigel, give him a follow. He's another awesome musician here on Twitch. Thank you so much for the raid. Tonight we have Alpine. You know Alpine, right? You guys know each other? I think you guys know each other. I think a lot of people on the podcast just know each other. Like I think
Does Nigel troll you too?
Beep beep.
Oh yeah, that's
Shorty,
basically
thanks for the
where it all started. But he's also the reason why I'm affiliate now.
Oh, nice.
Hey, Imaginator.
He talked me into basically.
He talked you into streaming?
No, not into streaming, but into taking things more seriously.
Oh, is it on a lag? Now it comes in. There it goes.
Oh, that's weird.
Posture check.
So, babe, did you hear?
That's for you, not for me, right?
That's
Posture check. That's for all of us.
oh, posture
No.
check. Yeah.
What?
Posture check.
Babe, did you hear what Alpine said?
Oh yeah, that because of Nigel that he became affiliated because was it a raid? What happened? How did that happen?
I had basically the mindset that I keep my channel just a regular streamer, no affiliation, no subs, no nothing. And Nigel once said in my stream, oh, come on, get those emotes. They are basically for free. And I already had the followers and the view count and everything, so then I pulled the trigger.
Nice.
Awesome. That's what I love to hear.
In that time and that work.
Yeah, I mean, why not? And especially this year, it's been like very, very hard and difficult. So, okay, so you work, right? You have your regular 9 to 5 job, and you're saying you do nights too sometimes. But when do you find time to stream? What's your schedule like? And when did you start streaming on Twitch? And how did you find out about Twitch as a platform?
That's a lot of questions. Where do we start?
But yeah, the whole how did you find Twitch?
The whole thing.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then we end at the schedule, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So, I'm a gamer basically since I can speak. We had a PC like in the early 90s already. I'm born 85, so I'm 35 years now old, and I made the whole transition from LAN parties to gaming online, all the way with Counter-Strike and Dota and all the classic games, StarCraft and so on.
Ooh,
And I think it was StarCraft or Dota that made me join Twitch in the end. I don't know if you know the streamer Day9.
I've heard of him. I don't really watch him.
He was he still is an awesome caster for StarCraft games, and also was a pro himself. And he transitioned with his stream to Twitch, so that's where I got to know Twitch. I think it was like 2013 or something in the early days, and that was also the time where I started a gaming YouTube channel with the classic Minecraft Let's Plays.
Oh, so do you play video games too? So did you start playing video games first on Twitch and then you started playing drums?
Yeah. The Twitch thing was I had what was it, like 1,000 or 2,000 subscribers on YouTube, and we made a weekly community thing, playing SimCity together, playing Trackmania together, or some of those stuff. And at some point I decided to live stream that on Twitch together with people on TeamSpeak, later Discord. And that's where the Twitch thing started a little bit, but I didn't really follow the Twitch channel and didn't build the Twitch channel up. I just used it as a tool for our community nights.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
So
and then
you weren't like on it like often. Like would you use it to watch anyone at all, or was it just to have it to stream on for your community?
In the beginning, I just watched a couple of streamers and also YouTubers, and didn't really appreciate the platform that Twitch was. I just had my go-to channels, and I knew the schedule, and that was it. And also the community nights for our community back then. And later on, I completely left Twitch, I think I would say, when I also abandoned my gaming YouTube channel, and must have been like 4 or 5 years ago.
Was it this account that you have now that's on Twitch? Is that what you started on gaming as well, or was it a different Twitch account?
There should be also a little bit older account that has completely German community. Also not much, like also 100 followers maybe. I don't know. But that one isn't used anymore.
So when did you start streaming drums? Like, was it this year, or was it like after a while that you started playing?
Drums was this year. With Overwatch, I came back to Twitch, to the Twitch platform, not only to watch the streamers but also to watch the pro games. And last year, the end of November or December, I started playing drums again. And yeah, I think 1-2 months later, I discovered the music section of Twitch. I wasn't aware there was a music section, to be honest, for like
it's been really big this
the whole
year.
time. Yeah, and
I think once Twitch started to give it some notice, was that when it was like, oh yeah, okay, well this is actually existing.
And it started kind of popcorn effect.
So drums was in my mind. I discovered the music section, and I think one of the first channels that I regularly joined then was Maxadrums. And like a couple of streams watching Maxadrums, it already formed in my head, hey, you want to do that too. That seems to be so cool. People requesting songs and you jam to it.
I think that's where I met you too, Alpine. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I think we all did.
Or in one of his raids.
Yeah.
I think with the raids I got to know like all of the music community.
When did you start playing drums?
Yeah, let's rewind and talk about when did you pick up the drum?
Now the drums thing. Okay. In elementary school, my mom made me to play an instrument, and I chose drums.
Wow.
Just I don't know. I can't
Your
really
mom
say why, but
yeah, it's just whatever. This one, I'll play that one.
Yeah.
I like banging on things.
I didn't want to put something in my mouth for making music. That was horrible. And I also knew the guitar from my mom hurt my fingers when I tried to play it.
Yeah, that's painful. Yeah.
So I was afraid of learning guitar. I think then the other instrument that I knew back then was drums. And I had lessons for 2 years, I think.
Oh wow, that's good.
Until I decided that my teacher wasn't very good and I wasn't a very good student, and drums were also very loud, so I wasn't allowed to play any time of the day when I was in the mood to. So I
know what that's like.
Yeah. How old were you again? You were in elementary school, you said, right?
Yeah, I think 6 or 7 years old.
Oh.
So the drums left the house again, and
oh, well, what was your first drum set like?
Oh, it was a do you know the brand Sonor?
Yeah.
From Germany?
That's a good brand.
That was your first?
It was a Sonor from the late 60s or early 70s, I think. It didn't have heads on the back of the toms, and
so it was like hollow shell.
Yeah, it sounded like just a bing bong. I don't know how to say it.
Dan.
It was
like a tunnel. You're hitting something through a tunnel.
And it only had a right cymbal and a hi-hat. No other cymbals.
No
so
crash.
Yeah.
Oh, 6
Nice,
years
that's
old.
something to start with.
Yeah, I should have kept it. Now I want it
yourself
back.
in the butt,
but
you don't have it.
Yeah.
So I'm debating, like, there was a few times where I was thinking about selling my kit currently, and I was like, no, this is like historic right here. Like, I can't get rid of this. I had this since I was like 19, and that's what really blew up my drumming transition.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't get rid of this.
My dad's like, don't worry, I still have your drum set. I'm like, okay.
And my drumming came back then when I was like 14 or 15 or something like that. When one out of my class said he has an electronic guitar, and the other one said he plays bass, and then we tried to do some punk stuff, but it ended in us getting drunk every time we meet and not really making music, and yeah.
Let's get a six-pack and practice.
That wasn't really a start of a musician's career, I would say.
Yeah, I think we all made mistakes like that early on when we were teenagers, right?
Yeah.
More like a jam, if anything. Just whatever.
It was just having fun and being loud and thinking you're cool and can talk to everyone. Hey, we're in a band.
We're in a band and we're gonna go party and like pretend we're.
You should come and watch us play, and we're just making a lot of noise.
Where are all the girls? Why are no girls coming? What's going on?
Keep it together, man. Don't drink so much. Oh, so
when
yeah,
did
so
you get
that
your electronic kit.
And from that time, from being teenager and playing a little bit of punk stuff, I didn't play drums at all until last year.
Oh wow, it took you a while to get back into it.
sounds like my story.
It was a coworker that remembered me from taking lessons back then in elementary school.
Oh my god.
And he asked me if I still play drums. He wants to make music again, and starting with a little cover band and so on. And I said, well, I can try. You have to kick me out if I'm not good enough.
So when you got back on your drums, did you feel like you forgot a lot of the stuff that you used to be able to play, or did you sit on it and be like, I'm back to where I left off, in a sense?
I mean, I left off with not much being there, so I had a rough time coming back. So the first weeks was just getting a feel for time and a couple of grooves going, and yeah. And I'm still
the electronic kit's a recent investment then.
Oh yeah.
Nice. What kind of kit is it?
The kit that I got then is a TD-17, and I've upgraded a couple of things on it. I have now, and I've built a bass drum, a triggered bass drum for it, so that I don't have to rely on a little trigger on the floor, but have an actual bass drum in front of me. I don't know. I felt like I feel naked not having a bass drum in front of me.
Yeah, it doesn't look full.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a yeah.
There's too much space here. What is this?
Yeah, I got bigger toms, and since this kit now is in our rehearsal space, I got another e-kit, the really cheap Roland TD1, is it? For home. This is what you can now see in front of me.
Oh, that's a TD1?
Yeah.
And that one you have it set up with a program, right?
Yeah, that's connected to the PC with MIDI, and I have the Easy Drummer running.
Which makes things sound 100 times better than what you have in the module.
Yeah, kinda. But the module still is responsible for all the triggering, and when it's a cheap module, you don't have much dynamics and stuff. So
yeah,
you still feel the cheap module, and it's really a difference when playing at the more serious kit in the rehearsal space. And I have set up the stream on both of the kits, so I can basically start a stream from here or start a stream from the rehearsal space on the other kit.
That's cool.
And now we end at the schedule. I try to stream from the rehearsal kit every Friday. I can't really say when, especially when I have late shift. It might get midnight European time until I start. And yeah, just check Twitter, check my Discord. I'll inform you like a day before when I'm going live. But I try to start a stream on Fridays currently. And there might be some other streams going on during the week when I'm in the mood to, but yeah, that depends a little bit on how much I have to work on how much mojo is left for the day.
Real life takes over.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't make much sense to start a stream when you're not in the mood to. It ends up not really well.
Yeah.
I think the viewers can tell if you really want to stream or if you're not in the mood.
That's 100% true. Yeah, they'll feel it. So you have to be in the mood. So your schedule kind of varies, would you say? Or do you have at least one day that you're like, okay, I'm going to commit to this day and show up?
Yeah, Friday is committed now.
Really good.
I felt like when I got affiliate and there are people that are subscribing to my channel, I owe them at least one stream a week. That's the thing that I'm trying to accomplish.
So Friday nights, or is it in the afternoon? I guess it depends on where you are in the world.
Yeah, I usually try to start at 7 p.m. Central European time. But when I have a late shift, it might get 10 p.m. or even 11 p.m. But as I said, I'll try to inform everyone on Discord and Twitter at least a day before when I'm planning to start.
So what would you say is your favorite genre to play? And what are you more into, like music-wise? Or you're just kind of, like the request usually anything?
That really depends. I mean, the genre that I'm most comfortable with is like classic rock music. I don't really have how do you say it? A musical mind for metal music, so every metal request might get butchered.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Well, classic rock is your forte, is the one that you feel the most comfortable and you love.
All kinds of pop music work great.
Yeah.
As you can imagine, when you're only playing like actively 1 year, you're a little bit limited in your, how do you say it, your portfolio on the sounds that you can make.
So simple. The simpler, the better.
Yeah, the better the performance, I'd say.
Yeah.
It might still be fun when you request something else. I usually don't skip stuff. So we can
I
try
noticed.
everything.
I noticed, like in your streams, you're pretty like, oh, this is different, but you have fun with it. And then you get the memes and you get the different kinds of
you requested
requests.
If I just want to play my music, I could also do that, but where's the fun of it?
Next time I'll throw on some pants feet for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody's thrown. I'm sure somebody's thrown that one at you, right? Right, Alpine, the pants feet.
Oh yeah. And I think I played.
Pants feet is always great. Hey Max.
I played Dream Theater in my one of my first streams. I played
nice.
Bleed My Sugar in one of my first streams.
Oh, they gave you Bleed?
Oh yeah, they gave you Bleed,
yeah,
right?
for sure.
Of course.
I think like after 30 seconds of the song, I switched the kit so that my kick sounds are coming from the hi-hat and
that makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, not really, because I still can't play. I can't play
with
the rhythm on my hand, but at least I can play something fast.
So what's your dream kit? I know you told us about that you have two different kits, right? This is the one you have at home. So what's, if you know, money wasn't an object, if you can have anything, what's your actual must-haves for your dream kit? Like, what is it that makes you like really want a certain kit?
Kit-wise, for the trigger pads and the cymbals, I think I'm fine what I have now, but I want to upgrade the module in the future to like the really high-end model. There's the Roland TD50 or the TD 2017. Those are great modules with the latest triggering and the latest sound creation. But yeah.
So what are your five top favorite drummers?
Top 5?
Oh, you can add more. I mean, usually 5 is like, it's kind of the basic, right? Or maybe 3. I don't know. It depends. Some people find it hard or easy.
I lived most of my life without noticing drummers.
Really?
To be honest. Yeah, just because I wasn't playing drums most of my life. So I would say the one that influenced me over the last year the most is KJ Savka from Pendulum.
Okay.
The drummer that was on Pendulum. And I watched a lot of his YouTube stuff, as he does also a lot of stuff on the electronic kits, and he also knows a lot of the stuff what you also can do with MIDI triggers and stuff. So he can play entire songs just by playing drums, basically, with triggering parts of the songs on special times and so on. So that's one of the influences
on the actual kit.
Yeah, I don't really know exactly how it's working, but he has on the PC there runs the song in the background and waits for him to hit specific parts of his drum kit. And when he hits it, the part of the song gets played. And if he not hits it, it's basically silent. So he can also remix his own songs that way. That's
interesting.
Yeah.
That's one.
And I think that is something I want to discover in the future. All the stuff that you can do with the interaction between drum kit and the PC.
Yeah.
Maybe also triggering lights for performance or something.
That'd be cool.
That's
inspiration.
That's one, yeah. And then things get interesting.
I'm gonna dig on this one.
I guess if it's any way to really think about it, you could also think of what are your favorite albums or what are your favorite bands and who plays the drummer in your favorite bands. You know, who's the drummer?
Have you seen Michael Shack?
Oh yeah. And since I'm also learning with the Drumeo thing, I don't know if you know that program or learning thing.
Yeah. Hey, Wendy.
There are also a couple of lessons with that guy.
Yeah, he does a lot on there.
David Shack?
Michael Shack. He does a lot on there with the Roland like samples and stuff.
Yeah, he knows the kids very well.
Yeah. Not one of your influences though.
Not really. I mean, there are a couple of bands basically, but thinking of the drummers, I mean, I for sure listen to Nirvana and stuff, and
ooh, a grunge guy.
Like those kind of drums.
So I guess if we dive into like your bands, it would pretty much tell us the drummers within that band that kind of influenced your playing?
Yeah, maybe. But as I said, I didn't grow up, musically speaking, as a drummer. So I didn't follow the music by their drummers, so to speak. Yeah. Hard to say. Maybe I'll remember a couple of names then. And yeah.
And Nirvana, so Dave Grohl is like a given.
There are a couple of drummers that I met in private, like over the past 15 years. But when I tell you their names, that's nothing really helpful.
Are they underground bands or?
Yeah, not really underground. It's I was in Munich for 10 years when I studied, and also my first profession, so to speak, was in Munich, and I went like 2 or 3 times a week in a little jazz and blues pub where they always had live music, and there were like a couple of people that I met there that were really cool, and I enjoyed listening to them.
Yeah, so how's the scene over there? I know this year, I mean, like who has a scene anywhere, but like the scene in Germany, like going to venues and clubs and like lounges, what's the most popular, I guess, genre or style of music in Germany?
When it comes to live music, I would say the more classic rock music and hard rock, alternative rock music is what's going on live most of the time. Aside from the EDM DJ stuff at the clubs.
So.
And
festivals
especially
too, right?
For our little town here, we have an Irish pub, and we have a very active ska punk scene with a couple of bands.
So ska is alive and well in Germany.
Yeah, at least in my town.
Okay.
And the towns
cool.
around it. I don't really know about the other parts.
Do they throw around beach balls?
I feel like in Germany they would have like happening festivals.
Real size spaces. That's something.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they barely fit into the pub.
My old band was a progressive rock band. We had like a battle of the bands, and we were top 3. We came in second place, and we lost by 0.2 points to a ska band.
Oh my god, I remember you told me that.
No.
I was like, what? What year was that?
We made a song called 0.2 in spite of, of our loss.
I'm a ska man. Ouch. Damn.
0.2. Like, how do you get 0.2 in a vote? You know?
It's hard to beat some good ska. Well, it was
right.
big in the 90s, I remember. Late 90s, I guess, but it didn't really take off as heavy and like as much, I guess. In Europe it's still there, it's still like alive and well, like I said. That's cool. That's interesting to know.
So outside of drumming, you have other hobbies that you do as well.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, for sure.
You're a maker of everything.
But there's actually this term maker. There are also maker fairs and stuff. That's basically like the hacker part of doing something yourself. So trying things out, and if you have an idea of a thing you want, try to do it yourself at first. And that brought me into 3D printing and like all the stuff
That's super cool.
makes you that helps you and supports you by making your own stuff. Yeah. So
I'm a maker.
Yeah. For example, I made an electronic cowbell for the drum kit.
Whoa, that's super cool. Do you have it on hand or do you have it in the studio?
No, that's in the studio, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. Well, I know that when I subbed, everyone got like a boat, like the 3D boats, and you were like, oh, which color would you like? And I chose like I think a silver sparkly one, and I got I actually have a founder's badge. So yes, I love when I get a founder's badge. That's like so flexing. You know, like, oh, you have a founder's badge.
I was here first.
Yes, I was like the top 10.
You were the first.
Yes.
You were here. Yeah. And there's actually one 3D printer here in the back. That's my main printer, and there's also another one right over there. And there's also another one over there.
Wow, you have several.
Yeah, they're all stacked up in my living room.
There's one downstairs and there's one upstairs.
And sometimes I fiddle with one in the bathroom while I'm.
They all have different purposes.
I got a mini
you
one
need
in the
one.
shower.
You need one for the big stuff. You need something that's reliable. You need one for the tiny stuff.
If one breaks down, I got a backup.
Yeah, right.
What's your favorite thing to model, like 3D print, I guess?
I'm not really into like figurine modeling. That's something I haven't approached yet. I'm doing the CAD stuff, so where you can measure out things, and I want a hole here, I want a plane there, and then you go to your printer and print it out. How is it called? Functional design or something?
Yeah. Yeah,
So
well,
like
I was in your last
you have
stream.
an idea what you need. You need a phone case, then you start measuring how big is my phone. Where do I need the holes for the earplugs and stuff, and
Then I'll print it out from there. Is that like a program, like a 3D program you input?
Yeah. And also you can do stuff like that. What you see in the background here, I don't have the lights on, unfortunately.
I can see the magnets. The magnets?
Yeah, those are not really magnets. Those are 3D printed shapes, basically.
Okay. Yeah, because I saw in your last stream you were making.
Velcro.
Oh,
Yeah,
Velcro.
Velcro. So I can switch it up. Here, when I say I don't like Maxa drums anymore, I can put it. Yeah.
Maxis logo.
Yeah, stuff like this, basically.
What is that skull thing? Because you have it on your wallpaper too.
Yeah, that's like everywhere.
I have the
That's
logo.
the logo from an Overwatch character. Sombra.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I saw his last stream.
I think
he had that
she's
going.
from Spain. Yeah, and
He had-
also I have a couple of alerts with her voice. When you hear the little boop in my stream, it's the Sombra.
Boop,
Boop.
boop.
Yeah. And what I did like last week on stream are those little, I don't know yet what I do with it. Those are
Squid
like
things?
printed out emotes. I call them bit squids.
Squids?
Squids.
Bit squid.
Well,
Bit
it's
squids.
yeah, it's like the bit badges, I guess.
The bit and the squid.
It's a squid. Is it a
And-
squid?
And you can tell where I got the inspiration from it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it reminded me of it.
Pretty cool. I like bit squid.
Also,
That could be a new
And
logo thing for you.
But what else did I do? I printed out stuff to build my own drum triggers. So I bought some cheap snare drums and put a mesh head on it and basically designed the whole interior trigger thing for it. And there are also a lot of parts 3D printed because it's a little bit easier to sit.
Have like a business plan there going on for you.
Yeah, but
Once you get it all
how
laid
much
down.
how much people would buy that stuff? There are like 3 people in the whole world that need
Be surprised.
that.
I mean,
don't know. With the right marketing.
Yeah, that's why I made the cowbell. I think the cowbell could be a start.
yeah, I think that's a good one.
I've not found an electronic cowbell yet.
Yeah, once you
Oh
finesse
yeah.
the
Weren't you
design
talking
and make
about
it-
that?
Make it like clean and to a point where if they wanted something custom with their like name or logo on it, then,
Yeah.
you'll know how to do all that, which is pretty cool.
And
Like,
what I haven't tried yet is how well 3D printed cymbals would work and how fast they would fall apart.
How excessive they can take the hits.
I've tried 3D printed drumsticks, but the print surface of the printer is too small, so I get really tiny drumsticks. That's not really working.
Baby sticks.
Oh, which leads me to my next question. What are your sticks of preference?
What are my sticks of preference? I play two kind of sticks. The ones I play the most are 5As from DrumTech.
That's an electronic drum brand, right?
Yeah, it's a German electronic drum brand, and they have their own cheapo sticks. I mean, for electronic drums, it's only how you feel about it. It doesn't really matter what sticks you have for the sound. And for the kit here, I have a little bit shorter ones. I think those are 7As, just because the kit is so small. I need a little bit shorter drumsticks, otherwise I'll get stuck everywhere.
Yeah.
But those are also like cheap branded ones, and they last really long. I think these are still the sticks from when I started a year ago. They are like, they don't have tips anymore, but they don't crack.
Not like you need to hit on anything like metal or anything like that, so you're good.
Yeah. Now they're basically arrows. They're I don't know if you can see that.
It's a little bit.
Yeah.
Just cut a little like nick on the end of the stick, and then just actually make arrows from them. Just
I have to sand the tip from time to time because it gets too sharp.
Oh, you don't want to poke a hole through the mesh.
Yeah.
That would be bad. So I didn't know DrumTech was a German company.
Yeah, I think they are. They have one of their showrooms is like 50 kilometers from here or so.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of their stuff.
It was natural to go there and sit on their stuff and try it out.
Yeah, they make a lot of stuff that's close to acoustic design.
Yeah, and they also import a lot of stuff from China directly, so they have their own branded cheap things like the drum throne here and a couple of other things like the sticks.
Yeah, I was thinking about getting their beaters because they have some nice beaters for silent strokes and silent sounds.
Oh yeah, I have one of their silent beaters currently on.
Is it one with the tennis balls?
Hey, Eric.
No, I have the one with the foam tip.
Ah.
So it's like a combined foam thing, but it doesn't really trigger very good and has a pretty weird rebound. So I'm not sure if I should recommend it.
Yeah, I'm just getting into the whole electronic setup because I don't know if you know that my acoustic set's getting torn down and I'm not going to be able to play acoustic drumming anymore.
Yeah.
So I just recently bought an electronic kit and I'm just waiting for confirmation on shipping. So I'm like knees deep into like learning everything I have to know about setting up and plugging in and routing everything that's electronic and trying to get all the tones, manipulating the module and all that stuff so that it's to where I feel comfortable and stuff. Because that's a lot of work, compared to like an acoustic kit where you just tune up the skins. Now you have to worry about like sensitivity. You have to worry about like not even just like the rebound of the mesh, but like just in-house in general, like tweaking, like EQing and all that
and
stuff.
How should I say it? The more expensive the module you get, the more endless the options are. You can change basically everything about the sound of your kit. From like putting compressors on different triggers to where should the virtual mic sit from like far or near, and how's the room size. And you can change that not only for your kit, but also for every single drum on your kit. So
yeah, I love the versatility of it, and you know, and on top of that, like I'm also looking at how best to reduce vibration and sound, because I know I'm not playing on an acoustic kit now, but like you still hear the slaps of like when you're hitting the cymbals or when you're hitting the mesh pads.
And the pedals make a big
stomping.
difference.
Yeah.
The stomping on the floor, yeah. So when I'm playing here, they can still hear the stomping from the kick pedal like 2 stories below. When I'm not playing on
2 stories.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
because it goes straight into the walls and it doesn't dampen down really.
Yeah.
So I have everything on a how do you say it, pedestal here. That's
like a riser.
Yeah, like a riser. That's with 2 sheets of plywood and some concrete in between, and then underneath it some tennis balls.
Yeah,
cut
to
in
reduce
half.
the vibrations.
Yeah, good, exactly.
I keep seeing like YouTube videos about that, like rigged like platforms. So like the whole like the rubber in the bottom with the balls.
You just didn't want to say the word balls.
Like my little pom pom balls on my hat.
So yeah, I was looking at those platforms, like DIY platforms, and they have ones made by Roland where you put for your pedals. So you could like include that with your platform, and then that reduces it even more, and it's sturdy and doesn't slide, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, or you can make those by yourself. That's
You're feeling crafty enough. I mean, I'm not a maker like you know.
Yeah, you can become one. It's pretty easy.
A maker of everything.
Buy a couple of tennis balls and a little bit of plywood and a saw and some hot glue, and there you go.
I'll be moving into an apartment. All they're gonna hear is a lot of drilling.
Yeah. What are you doing? I'm making silence.
I'm trying to reduce the sound for you, so you don't have to hear this anymore. That's great. So yeah. So you're an Overwatch player, or you still play Overwatch?
Oh yeah, that's basically the only game that I still play regularly. And maybe Warframe. I don't know if you know Warframe.
I heard of it. Yeah, It's a strategy game, right?
No, it's actually a third person. How do you say it? Hack and slash. Third person hack and slash grinding game.
Thank you, making money
space,
for the
how do they call
sub
it?
to Dun Dun.
What was that? Alpine?
Ninjas in space is their tagline, I think.
Ninjas in space.
Space ninjas. Space ninjas, yeah.
Space ninjas! So that's one of your favorites. So do you have a game night that you play with your subs or something special like that on Discord or on your channel? Because I know you like games.
Not really currently. The most of the spare time that I have, I try to invest in drums currently.
The more upgrades.
It's hard to not only upgrades but also learning. I don't sit on a background of like 20 years of drumming, so
yeah, you're just picking it up again, and you're trying to build up of what you've already learned on.
I have to learn basically everything. So, and when you also play in a cover band, they expect you to play at least one new song a week, and
to build the repertoire.
Yeah, right. Currently, at like 25 to 30 songs, and I still have to fake a lot of it. They didn't notice yet, but yeah.
Hey, as long as you get the main parts down, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
And the rhythm. And
and we also have a bassist that started like a year ago, so it's it's all very chill. There's no one.
That was good.
Yeah, and we don't have a real time schedule. We had like 2 gigs for this year, but they all got cancelled due to the virus thing. Or I think one got cancelled and one reset. That doesn't make sense.
That's weird.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, I think a lot of people. Ooh, sorry.
And your group, do you play anything, or is it just like a strict genre, or is it a?
We put together a list with like. We started with like 3 songs from each person, and we ended up just having the classic rock things covered, like CCR. Yeah, a couple of classic German stuff, and
so
classic German stuff.
Yeah, so is it all in German, or is it like a mix between German and like?
No, it's pretty mixed. I'd say a third is from German bands, not necessarily German lyrics, and the other stuff is the well-known things like Proud Mary, Smoke on the Water, and you know that list basically.
Yeah.
But that's also the stuff that people want to hear when they get a cover band for their whatever.
So you have songs for us to play, right?
Kinda.
So before we hop in, Yen, do you have any other extra questions we can ask him before he starts playing?
Well, I usually ask the normal questions that what's your favorite albums and your favorite artists or inspiration. Also, well, I usually leave that to the end, but if I would want to engage right now with the chat and let them know, if they have anything specific they want to ask, come right now and like tell me so I can ask him. And just want to say hi to everyone in the chat. So yeah, we got Max A Drums here. We have Petrucci coming in, making money, gifting subs. Thank you so much for those gifted subs. Steven getting a gifted sub from Eric. And yeah, so if you guys are just tuning in, or you're lurking, or you stumble upon the stream, welcome in. My name is Jens. This is EJ Luna, and we have itsALPINE here tonight on the podcast, and he's a drummer, he's a maker, he creates, he does a lot of different content here on Twitch.
Maker.
From 3D printing objects, art, also drumming here. So yeah, he's telling us about what kind of music he likes to play the most, and how he started with gaming, and also what are his likes and what are his faves. So Alpine, I know we were talking about before, like your 3D printing and everything. So is there anything that you would like to see on Twitch that's that you haven't seen that much? Like, is there anything that I guess you would want to see in the next year or two? And what are your plans on Twitch? What would you want to see from your streams and the platform?
What do I want from Twitch?
Yeah, like what would you like to see improve? I know everything going on right now, it's gotten everybody kind of like flustered. So I know you're working on original music too.
I think the whole music issue is kind of something that has to resolve in the next year, in one way or the other. So with the DMCA claims and all this stuff, but that's something Twitch has to figure it out, how they can do it, how they can afford it to do it, and I think we'll just follow. And currently I'm just doing what like most of the people do. I'm continuing doing what I'm doing with playing the forbidden music on stream and just hoping that it doesn't affect the channel. So, but I think Twitch and Amazon has to has to move there a little bit.
Yeah,
a little bit like true. YouTube did it. And if they take a fair share of my income to do it, I'm also fine with it. So
I agree.
I'd also be willing to pay like a monthly fee for something like a license, so that I can use the music or some yeah.
I think I keep hearing that constantly, and I think they need to hear us, and they need to hear the artists that's what we're willing to do, and we are down for paying, a monthly fee. So if that could be something that they could work on, I think that's a big yes. Like we are willing to do that as artists, as people that want to have a different kind of music streams. Yeah, like listen to that, because I think that's what everyone's asking, and we're willing to actually, shell out the cash and the money to do that, to have more of a peace of mind and entertain. That's what we're doing right now. We're entertaining people, and if we're limited, it's also going to reflect, and it's going to affect their pockets. Because come on, like we're gonna throw money at you. What do you want to do? You want to keep people from wanting to stream anymore? But yeah, I believe.
And it's also the way that we aren't really able to do something about it. Since it's an US platform, I can't even use any German solutions for it. We have a big collection company not company, but it's more like a community in Germany, where most of the musicians are registered. And if Twitch would be in Germany, I'd be able to pay like 30 euros a month for a whole world repertoire of using music, and I wouldn't have to ask anyone specifically for using their songs or what, because I would be able to get a license for that. So it's a little bit frustrating that I have basically to wait until a US company has to resolve their American rights and stuff for it. We are working with this kind of system for like almost 50 years. So also every time when you make a music event or something, you don't have to ask any of the musicians or labels or publishers to use their music. You just go to the collection company and pay a fee. They calculate it by how many people will be there and how long it is and what kind of venue it is, and then you just pay the fee, and you can play all the songs whatever you want.
Yeah, I think a lot of musicians they're in the same boat. Like they agree that come on, like let's do this, and we're willing to pay. So I hope they're listening. I hope they understand that it's affecting everyone, and it could be a really positive thing if they get it together, because I think that's what we're asking for, and we're down for that. So I really believe that's a big thing right now.
And kind of creative wise, I don't know what I'm waiting for on Twitch. Otherwise I would have done it myself, but I don't know if there's I would wish there would be some kind of game or software like Rocksmith for drums, for electronic drums.
That'd be cool.
That'd be awesome to have like a little bit of sheet music next to your requests.
I even mentioned to like Yen that if they took the concept of Twitch Sings, you know how they took the vocals out, but like have the ability to take out like all the other tracks as an option.
That would be great.
And that way Twitch Sings wouldn't have like died out. It would just be like Twitch, I don't know, music maybe, or Twitch musicians or something, and then like anyone would have an option to take out a certain stem so they can play drums or guitar or bass or piano, whatever it is that they want to put over it as an option.
Yeah, they should have done that. I mean, they're losing the whole Twitch Sings thing. So, hey, thanks for the follow, SRR Pianos. Welcome. What's up, NYC? Yes, NYC. Are you from NYC too? or are you just tuning in? Because we got Alpine, he's the drummer, he's from Germany, and he's about to play us a few tunes, a few songs. So Alpine, what is your favorite artist to play, and what's your favorite song to play on the drums? Are you going to play that one for us? Are you thinking about that?
I was actually thinking about a couple of other songs when I put my list up. I had two songs. I have two songs in mind. Both of them are from German bands, and one of it is a really early punk song. I don't know if you know Die Toten Hosen.
No, never heard of them.
They started like in the mid 80s as a yeah, how do you say it, as a continuation of the new German new wave thing, just a little more in the punk direction.
Interesting.
And the other one is from the I think it's late 90s, early 2000s, and it's the first song that I learned for the cover band. That were the two songs that I had in mind playing today. The other one, I don't know. Probably my favorite thing to jam to is still Pendulum, because Pendulum was like a big part of my studying life 10 years ago, and until now I pretty much have one of the Pendulum songs every time on when I'm trying to concentrate and trying to be creative. I don't know. It's kind of my go to chill and relax music.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a chill type of vibe that band has.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. So what's the name of the song?
The one that I'll play from the Toten Hosen, the dead trousers, if you want to translate it.
Oh, okay. The dead trousers. Okay.
Hier kommt Alex is the title. You may have heard the song in English. Here Comes Alex. It was covered like a couple of times from various punk bands.
Sweet.
Awesome.
Let's hear it.
Should we start right away?
Yeah, get set up. Let's do it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, with this setup here, I don't have a screen and a keyboard and nothing. I have to turn around. And also, let's change the hat, because we are like 1 hour into, right?
Let's change the hat. Yeah. So
he's about an hour in.
He's yeah, the hat thing. I decided to do it because he's always wearing like little poofy hats. So I thought
little hat balls.
Those ones are made by my sister.
Oh, that's
so
nice.
I get a new one. I get a new one each Christmas.
Aww.
Every time I get one of these hats, I tear off the balls.
What?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't need this pom pom.
Oh my god.
I actually have one that has one on the side. That's the weirdest thing ever.
Is this supposed to like warm up your one ear? Like
yeah, I don't know. So I hope everything works. This is my scuffed setup at home. This we tested it before. It should work.
Alright, awesome. Oh, this is Alpine, guys. He's gonna play a song right now.
Sounds good.
Hope you guys enjoy it here on YenYorkCity Live. Alright, Alpine, let's hear it.
In einer Welt, in der man nur noch lebt, damit man täglich Roboter geht, ist die größte Aufregung, die es noch gibt, das allabendliche Fernsehbild. Jeder Mensch lebt wie ein Uhrwerk, wie ein Computer programmiert.
certain brands. Like I'm very into like I was like Victory Brews, which is in like from PA, and like I haven't really like dove into origins as much as I did with like wines, because wines are very big on like origins. And I'm pretty sure craft beers are. I just haven't really like dove into that in that sense.
Yeah, I mean the whole beer thing is not really related to where you make it, right?
It's just how you make it.
Yeah, I would say.
Because certain grapes compared to like in wines are different in certain regions.
I mean, I think the grapes are more important than what's important in the beer. I don't think the wheat or the corn or whatever you use is
hops
that much important.
What's your favorite place in Germany, and if somebody was to visit there, where would you take them for like a day? Like, oh, this is what I would take all the tourists and stuff, because I know as a New Yorker I'm always like spots that you would take someone that never been there.
There are like two answers. The one answer is when you want to see something from the environment, from the Alps, from the mountains, and from the landscape. Then I would say, come visit me. I have rooms. I have rooms for rent. No problem.
Nice.
Come on in. I'll be your guide. And of course, Munich is my favorite city in Germany. And
Munich
I would advise everyone, if you visit Germany, go at least 2 days to Munich and look at some stuff. Yeah, explore the city. They are not really that city spots. I mean,
is Munich like a very big tourist area?
Yeah, for sure. Especially when there's Oktoberfest, then the whole city is packed with tourists. Also, a lot of tourists from the States. I don't know why, but they are attracted by our traditional stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, because that's why you go to those countries.
Americans and the guys from Australia.
Ooh, speaking of Australians, next week we're gonna have an Australian streamer from Australia on the podcast. So, you're my second German streamer, a musician, drummer. It was on my birthday week, September. It was the last week of September. We had he does a lot of handpan, and he's from Germany, and he was talking about how he likes going away to like different remote parts, and him and his friends all have like different handpan, so I guess tuned in different ways, and they all would play. And yeah, it was called something else in German, a hudo, or you might know, right? Like, I don't know if you're familiar with that instrument, but it's like, it looks like a spaceship. It's like a handpan, it's big.
Oh, the one that yeah. I don't know the name of it.
Oh,
but yeah. I don't know. There's a huge community, a huge alternative community in Germany that does all kinds of percussion stuff.
Yeah.
Including therapy and all those things.
Oh yeah, I want to get one as a yoga instructor. It's big for us, like a hand drum. Yeah, it's a hand drum, but he said it was called something else, and it was like the difference was the bottom. There's something else in the bottom, but I don't remember the name.
I remember that. It was in
German. But yeah, he was like, oh, it's a little different, and then he showed us the bottom, and then Nigel was like, oh, it's a pregnant UFO. But he was super nice, super sweet, very soft-spoken, very nice German guy. And so yeah, he inspired the whole, for my birthday, we got together with other streamers, and we're like, I want to go to a German spot just to keep the German vibe for the week, you know. And yeah, he ended up having like a beer that was bigger than his face. It was huge. And yeah, we went to this really cool German place, and yeah, it was fun. I mean, I'm gonna take you to more German spots, because that's if you want to drink and you're a drinker, like I would say those traditional places where people come from Germany and then they like open, you know, shop here, and they import a lot of really good stuff and really authentic food. So if you like that kind of stuff, you know, I'll take you to more German spots. But but yeah, the whole scene over there, like you said, there's ska, there's still ska in Germany, and what was another thing we talked about? So the whole COVID thing this year, did you feel it affected you tremendously? Did you feel like, do people walk around with masks and stuff? Because we're coming at the end of the year.
It was pretty scary at the beginning because I actually studied biology, so I knew a little bit of the background, and our nightmare always was a mildly deadly but very infectious flu that might go around. And so that nightmare scenario pretty much happened. So I was pretty scared. And I actually couldn't believe that Germany and a lot of other European countries reacted so appropriately. I was more expecting a reaction like in the UK or in the US, so that people won't care and we have to save the industry and stuff. So I actually was quite happy how it turned out for us.
Yeah, you had the whole lockdown early too. Like they reacted to it earlier than some countries.
And for me personally, it didn't make a lot of difference because my job basically continued. My company shut down their production, but there was still something left that we had to ship out. So I had to work through the whole lockdown thing. Then we had basically a normal summer. Just with masks when you go shopping. That wasn't really a big thing for me. There were a couple of people that got offended by the masks, but yeah, I think that's what always happens.
Yeah.
And now I'm getting a little bit more confused because we handled the situation really good in spring, and now for fall and winter we are kind of getting behind.
Yeah,
because I think people get tired of it. I don't know how you can get tired of a catastrophe, but yeah, that's basically what it is. So I don't know what's gonna happen the next months. So it will be a little bit scary, but yeah.
Well, I'm glad that you've decided to stream here because, you know, you're providing a lot of entertainment and you're still doing what you want to do and love. And so I love that.
That's also the idea behind every stream that I make and that I approach, that just to provide something where people can forget their current situation, if it's bad, if it's disturbing or whatever, and just have a good time for.
It's been very healing.
How long you want to stay?
For a lot of people, because you know, the social distancing. So yeah, having community, having people, and the whole interaction. You know, I mean, just having you here, and you're in Germany, and I'm in New York City, and Luna's in New Jersey. It's like, whoa, we're doing this together. So I love that. That's my favorite part of Twitch, is that it's a global, you know, language when it's music. You know, when we're talking about music.
It's amazing to find that spot on Twitch. I think the music is such a safe haven of nice and kind people.
For
that's
sure.
Not what you can expect in every corner of Twitch. So when I remember the competitive Dota and Counter-Strike scene, the streams aren't that nice and relaxing.
Oh, so what are your favorite streams to watch? And do you have? I know because Max A Drums, we met through him. So if you had a choice, or anyone that you would love to collab, is there anyone in mind that you would love to collab with, or like would you consider like, okay, like I would love to, because the collabs are very big now on Twitch, and I love seeing people collab. So is there anyone that's like that you really really like? Or that you would say like, oh, this is...
I've already done one collaboration with Nigel.
Oh, Nigel!
And
collab.
I'd be very happy when we repeat such a collab in the future. Nigel is such a fun guy.
He is. He really is.
Yeah. And I think it doesn't make sense to collab with another drummer, so...
Really? I mean, I don't know. We talked about it, right? We talked about that before. Like, yeah, how would that... I know... Well, it depends. Certain bands have more than one drummer, right? But it depends on, like, percussion, I guess.
It would be fun. One person plays the hi-hat, one person plays the kick. Yeah.
You just trade off, like,
that would be interesting.
And, like, solos.
Yeah.
Yeah, and another go-to place where I'm always Sundays is a German female bassist. Her name is Lilumina. Unfortunately, I don't have a keyboard. I can't put her name in chat. But when we could bring up a collaboration between her, Nigel, and myself, that would be amazing. Maybe.
Thanks for the gifted sub, Eric. Yeah, that's awesome when I see that, because that's really what makes it really fun, is to actually have collabs.
But I don't know. Three people is so much of a headache to get together and to get managed somehow.
It's discipline. It's really having discipline, and if you really want it, then make it happen.
And also the technical side behind it.
Yeah, like everyone
it's
being
not
in
so
sync.
easy. Yeah.
I know I've seen so many people do it, like Max and EJ's done it too, and you know.
And when two people are reliant on Rocksmith, it also gets really difficult for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why do I have to learn everything without any program?
Why?
They are reliant on their software.
Drummer's supposed to lay it down.
Yeah. Learn your song, right?
I know, like drummers and guitarists, right? It's like a whole thing.
I think we have the easiest out of all the instrumentations to get away with certain mistakes.
Even.
You know, versus like guitars.
We can do whatever we want as long as the 8 notes.
As long as we're playing in time and we're not fast or slow.
Basically.
And we hit on the one. That's all that matters. The guitarist and everyone else has like a bigger role in trying to maintain the melodies properly. Otherwise, if you hit the wrong key, you could definitely hear it.
I like them flashy notes, bro. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to see. But yeah, I definitely think like 2 drummers in the kitchen. But everyone's different. There's so many different styles of drummers, you know, on Twitch. So, I mean, it's depending on what you like.
It's more like it'll be more like a shed session where a lot of like chops player tend to do, where they get together like multiple drummers, they lay down a beat, and then every like 4 to 8 bar measures they do solos and they trade off solos. Kind
of a drum off. Hey, can you do better than that?
That's what I noticed about drummers. What is it with you guys? Because let's have a drum off.
I don't think about like it being a competition. It's more like, you know, showcasing the abilities, sure, but then like you'll find things that other drummers do. You're like, oh shit, that was awesome. Versus, oh man, screw this guy, he's better than me. You know, like,
thanks,
or
Eric,
he's just showing off.
Yeah, and you know, I think drummers in general are the nicer guys. Our guitarist in our band, he's always thinking someone wants to screw with him, no matter what.
They're fucking paranoid. They're the paranoid guy in the band. Them guitarists. That's hilarious. No, it's true. It's true. I mean, I don't know. Like I'm very vocal about it. Like drummers are like definitely my faves. I don't know. I tend to vibe with them the most. But yeah, I mean, there's so many jokes and memes about that kind of stuff. But yeah, you guys, I love you guys. I mean, it's all about the beat, right? And the heart of the beat. So
when the drummer stops, the whole band stops. When the guitarist stops, we just make a solo or something.
The guitarist is the embellishment. Yeah.
The way I like to break it down is the rhythm section is like the earth, right?
Yeah.
We hold the foundation. And then everything else is like the air that we breathe, because that's what we, it brings the atmosphere.
Just make a solo. Dan and Steven here, the guitarist, they're like...
I'm always looking at my bassist and just hint to him, hey, do something.
Yeah, bassists and drummers are like, yeah, that's where it's at. Like, that's... they're flowing, you know, they kind of like dance within each other's rhythm and they get each other. That's what I feel. For sure. I exist! Yeah, Steven. Yeah,
it's like our bodies are the drums and the bass because we're the rhythm section, and then like our internals, like our soul and our spirit, is like the guitars, the keys, the voice, you know, because that's what drives the emotion.
Yeah, because one thing
it doesn't work without them. Not very long.
Yeah.
At least.
Everyone has. Well, one thing that kind of shocked me, what you said, EJ, was that you're like, I don't really notice singers or the vocals or the lyrics or anything. I just listen to the drummer or like the beat, and I'm like, that's strange. Well, it might be a singer's thing.
Certain things, like certain bands or certain songs, I do hear like the lyrics. But then if it's not catchy or if it doesn't catches my ear, then I listen to the instrumentation outside of it.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I
listen to
usually
everything.
don't recognize the lyrics of songs. That's just most of it is happening in English, so I'm not understanding it when I'm not actively listening it. So it's just floating with it.
Wow. Yeah. So it's I've heard a few drummers say that. But that's interesting because I guess it depends. As a singer, you listen to a lot of the harmonies and the, you know, the way they sing it, the way they carry the note, or like what they can do with their voice or the lyrics, because that's like, you know, I guess it just depends on what you are, right? Like the drummer, the bass player, the guitarist, like they notice the little solo changes, and then the singer notices that. You know, it's like I think the singers are the cherry on top. You know.
It's kind of like Christopher was like, I don't really listen to the lyrics. I listen to the beat.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's what it is. There's a lot of drummers in my family, so I guess it's a thing, right? I don't know. I listen to everything. Everything matters.
Happens a lot when we rehearse our songs, and someone stops mid song and just says, "Oh, the key didn't match," and I'm just, what? Did you even sing? I don't know. I haven't listened. I was busy doing my thing.
Yeah, and then they get upset when everyone else fucks up.
Not paying attention.
Yeah, come on, I'm taking it seriously.
Or they ask afterwards, how was the guitar sounding? Was the distortion right or what?
I was like, I don't know.
It was loud, I guess.
Drums, man.
But it is hard to find a good. Well, I remember like going through so many drummers, and I'm like, God, where can I find that one drummer that I really, really like resonate with? So that's why I think that they have a right to kind of be like that, because, yeah, I mean, a solid drummer is a solid drummer, right? So, hey.
And I notice with the songs that I'm more comfortable with playing, then I can spend time and brain to listen what the other musicians do, and I'm hoping to get there in the next years, to be more musician than performing my instrument solo.
You can do it,
if you know what I mean.
I know. Yes. So what's
just a lot of work.
All right, should I give him the big one, the big 12 soundtrack of your life's question, or should we do it after?
I don't know about 12.
Or, you think I feel like with Alpine is gonna be a little harder.
20.
No, 12.
Yeah, 20.
No, because this is the question I ask
I'm already
everyone.
35. My soundtrack is already longer.
Okay. So,
Yeah, I don't know.
see, maybe that's why.
Because I knew that was coming and I'm prepared.
Okay,
Yes.
well then there you
what?
go.
Awesome.
Let's do it.
So 12
Should
songs that are the soundtrack of your life.
So
Alpine.
what I thought of when I heard this question on, I think the first podcast that I listened to recently was with Sunfire.
Mm-hmm.
I think you said there like 3 songs from your childhood, 3 songs from growing up, and that kind of thing. I want to try it like that. So the the songs that I grew up with were like the songs that we had around from my parents, and that were like
Yeah, that's usually the case.
Super Tramp, Beach Boys, Johnny Cash, and so on. So the logical song from Supertramp really is stuck in my brain for some reason.
Supertramp. That's funny. We were just talking about that last podcast that I was in my mom's belly. Like she went to a Supertramp concert with my dad.
Right.
And yeah, I was like, that's so funny. Like I don't know. Like okay, so do you remember the Supertramp song? Was it the famous one? The most famous one?
The logical song, is it called? Or is it? I think that's the title.
That's the title?
Yeah, I think.
Was that the one that Dr. Nice played? I think.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's like our parents like the same music, I guess. And your parents were more into Santana, you were saying, right? And
my parents?
Yeah.
Growing up, yeah, my they were like Santana, a lot of like the old school salsa music, and then my dad was into like Genesis, Rush, and all them.
Oh yeah, the
classic rock and classic like hair metal.
Yeah, I noticed that you have a lot of
glam rock.
hair metal.
Wow.
Like yeah, no, like I.
Yeah, like, my parents were a little bit more calm when it comes to that.
My dad was super metal. Like my dad had the long hair. He was so righteous. My dad, like.
But they were into the old school hip hop stuff too.
Oh, they were.
Yeah. It was into like
glam. Steven's like glam.
Glam.
So the second song I would say is the Folsom Prison Blues performed from Johnny Cash.
Oh, that's good.
We had a music cassette that we always listened when we were driving to vacation or when it was a longer drive, and that was the Johnny Cash cassette. We always cried for put in like Johnny Cash.
Aww.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad liked Johnny Cash too.
I don't know from what CD or from what collection it was, but it was basically the something like the greatest hits or so. That cassette is still stuck in my brain, and when I'm listening to songs, I still hear the next song, how it was arranged on the cassette. So,
oh yeah, cassette tapes. Yeah, and then when we were teens, that's when the CDs started popping up.
Yeah, and the third childhood song, I'd say it's either Beach Boys or Beatles. I don't know.
Yeah, the Beatles are classic. Everyone I think is influenced somewhere in there with the Beatles.
Yeah, I don't know if it was really influential, but we were grooving and jamming to it on the backseat.
Yeah.
So,
like those car rides with the Beatles and.
Yeah, from the Beach Boys, it would be Surfing USA, of course.
Yeah.
So
Beach Boys are nice. That's 3 or 4. 4.
That's 3.
Let's say 3. Otherwise. So, and the next 3 songs I'd pick from the bands that I've got to learn from in the 90s and late 90s when I was like 8, 10, 12 years old. The stuff that were my first cassettes that I bought and that I rearranged and re-recorded. So I got a I got a cassette recorder very early, and we had a CD player at my uncle. So I always brought my recorder to my uncle and brought some CDs, and then I mixed my tapes for the next week and for the next weeks.
That's so cool. Yeah. So what was your first album that you paid with your own money from like work or whatever? Like what do you remember being your first?
That's a tricky question because I can't really remember what the actual first one was. It was either one of the typical chart compilation things. I think the first real album that I bought was something from NoFX.
Oh, okay.
Already a punk CD.
So I do feel like you do have a very punk. Like you love punk. Yeah.
And the bands and the songs from the 90s, I would say, I don't know if you know the Guano Apes. That's a German band. And they made a song called Lords of the Boards. That was the theme song of a snowboard competition. I don't know if it was X Games or if it was the
X Games,
the European thing, but they made the theme song for it, and I somehow got the song on one of my cassettes. And later on, a couple of years later, I bought the album, and that's one of my favorite all-time albums from the Guano Apes. The other song that I would pick, there's another German band called H Block X that started in the 90s, and I'm not sure if they are still going, but they released a couple of albums, and they also had quite an amazing drummer. I don't know exactly for which of the albums. And there's a song called Countdown to Insanity, which was the theme song of one of the Red Bull Air Race competitions. I don't know if you know the Red Bull Air Race thing.
Like little tiny planes, and the pilots fly through like these obstacles.
Yeah, these cones that are set up in big cities and where they do their I don't know, trick flight things.
Those look pretty crazy.
Yeah. And there was this theme song, Countdown to Insanity, and this is one that's still stuck in my brain. I don't know. And a lot of stuff from this band was. This is, I would say, mixture of grunge and Linkin Park with a little bit of that's a really great band. And I don't have a keyboard. I wanted to write all the band names that are not so popular in the chat, but that's not gonna happen.
Well, if you have your phone with you, you could write it on your phone.
No. My phone is locked. My phone is locked into my stealth account, so that I can lurk and open. Yeah, there.
Oh, okay.
There are a couple of channels that I used to hang out that would shout out people that were lurking, and that's something I really hate.
Yeah, don't do it, guys. Don't do it.
So I got a really stupid account name, and yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a master.
And waited for the shout out, but that never happened again.
Oh, it was a weird name. Like, nope. Okay, yeah. Okay. Evil laugh. Yeah, okay. So, college years, right? I guess that would be appropriate to say, like, what reminds you of college years.
So what have I said? Two songs. Let's make a third one for the college thing. That's already a NoFX song. This is there was a single with a 15-minute song on it called "The Decline" from NoFX. I don't know if you've familiar with NoFX.
Yeah.
But yeah, punk ska. I don't know.
I'm getting that you
If
like
it's-
that kind of vibe a lot, like punk ska.
Yeah.
Cool. That's different. You're definitely a different band than a different drummer than I'm normally used to hearing. So it's nice. I see the variety and different interests, you know, in bands.
Yeah,
Cool.
unfortunately, playing punk involves being fast, and I'm not really fast yet on the drum kit. So I'm not playing too much punk on stream currently. If that makes sense, because you have to play the double accents on the foot and stuff, and especially when it comes to ska, it's even faster. So I'm trying to dodge that currently until I'm getting to that point that I can play that stuff. I'm waiting for it. I'm working on it.
So what's the biggest punk song that you're like, I wish I can freaking like ace this one. Like I really want to learn this fucking song. Like, out of all the punk songs.
There's a song from NoFX, The Separation of Church and Skate. I don't know if you have heard about that one.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a really crazy one.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that video too. Jamiroquai? Wait, what makes you think of Jamiroquai?
For sure, I remember. I even remember the music video of Virtual Insanity.
Yeah, the hat and it was cool. It was like in a white.
I think it was this guy with this crazy hat driving in a red sports car.
Yeah, I remember that. That was a cool song. He was cool. I think we're
All
up
I
to.
remember was the roaches and stuff that ran across the floor.
That was like every 90s video. Like that, I have like a joke about that. Like every 90s video had like a close up of a bug going like this or something, or like some weird like flash, and then a dirty sink with a bug or something. That was so freaking 90s.
The 90s were dirty.
Yeah, it was grungy, you know. It was all grungy. Zen Fusion says Virtual Insanity. I played it last night on Rocksmith. Yeah, Zen Fusion in the house. What's up, Zen? He's from Australia. He will be on the podcast next week. So shout out to Zen Fusion. Thanks for being here, Zen. So I think that's 8 or 9.
Really?
Yeah, I think.
Okay, 8. 8 is good.
So we'll go 8.
8 or 9, yeah. Who's counting in 10?
Then I basically transitioned from NoFX more or less to the Dropkick Murphys. I was a really, really big Dropkick Murphys fan for like almost 10 years. I was like at a couple of concerts, and when they had their big hit with the
shipping out the
yeah, right. And suddenly overnight, the little band from Boston that basically nobody knew in Germany, and that I used to listen to, kind of blew up, and song was in the charts and everything. Yeah. So, and Dropkick Murphys is great. And I remember that their drummer is a really crazy guy.
Figuratively speaking, or crazy on the drums?
Crazy on the drums.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Seems like he's a nut.
You're like really
No.
crazy. He just loves.
I think he started. I think he started as in a marching band or something. So all of their songs are like crazy figures on the snare. So playing Dropkick Murphys note to note isn't gonna happen in the next 5 years, I think.
Well, I did see the Ramones
it's so fun.
when I was like 14. I saw the Ramones, and
The Ramones.
yeah, when they were still, you know, then they started dying, and that sucked. And then yeah, I had like an encounter too. It was like was it Joey Ramone? Yeah, like in the village, like walking past each other. What happened? Why am I getting this? Yeah, and then I saw Rancid also, which which was really cool because they were pretty punk. But yeah, that was really...
Rancid is actually another of the like 10 songs that I prepared for today.
Oh no way!
There's a Rancid song on the list.
Yeah, I have to find like my Rancid pictures because I made it to the front, and like he kept on staring at me. I had like this really bright blue hair. I was like a child. I was like so young. It was my first concert, and it was a festival. And like I just remember like it was so crazy. Like they just punk is just a vibe, you know. And people were just like moshing, and I was just like, me and my friends were like, no. It was so, but back then it was very big, you know, moshing and crowd surfing and everything. But I have a picture of him like looking at me, like staring at me, and I was like, oh my god, I got a picture of him like staring at me like this.
How's he called? Was it Tim Armstrong?
What was the singer's name? The singer's name. Yeah. It was really fun.
I'm just trying to remember their names because the other one was Lars Frederiksen, right?
Well, you should know more than me. You sound like more of a fan of Rancid.
I don't know. I just remember that they both had solo albums.
Yeah. I haven't kept up with Rancid in like years. That was my, and then going to see
I was at one Rancid concert and they were pretty messed up, so it wasn't really fun.
Oh no, yeah, they seemed like they were really big drinkers.
Yeah. Same for Bloodhound Gang. I don't really recommend going to a Bloodhound Gang concert.
No?
I don't know if they...
sucks. That sucks when you go, and then like that happens, then you have that impression, you know.
Like,
That happened a lot growing up.
That band's dead for me now.
Don't meet your heroes, like they say, because you'll be disappointed. I mean, not all the time, but yeah. So, what was your favorite concert then that you've ever been to?
Oh, that's hard. Probably one from the earlier Dropkick Murphy concerts or Rammstein.
Ooh, Rammstein.
One because I was able to sing and dance to like every song, and the other one because Rammstein concerts are just epic. It's theater.
The fire and the flames everywhere, and the whole dramaticism of the crowd, and I can imagine.
Yeah.
I missed out on that. I was invited to go see them, but I didn't go. I don't know.
Yeah, and the most recent concert wasn't too bad. I was in Berlin this February, just before the whole virus situation, and I was at a baby metal concert.
Baby metal! Oh, that's fun. Oh, what was that?
That I wrote an article about it.
I did.
And how did I say it? It hit me like a truck. I wasn't really prepared. I wasn't really into baby metal. And yeah, I don't know. They only performed for like a little bit more than an hour, and I felt like it was 10 minutes because everything was so fast, and I don't know.
You were just like, what just happened?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, they're fun. They're cute.
Yeah, it was so much fun, and they are so good singers and performers.
Oh yeah.
I think that is
so much stuff going on.
Japanese culture. They must have trained and rehearsed for their tour. Like, I don't know. I've never seen such a professional performance before.
That's awesome. That's a good experience when that happens.
It's not really my favorite music, so it was a little, I don't know.
It's different. It was a different surprise, you know. That's what music does, you know. You give it a chance and see if you like it. Sometimes you'll surprise yourself. You'll be into it. Don't knock it till you try it, like they say. But yeah. All right. So I think did we do all the 12? I think we were up to 9.
And then we'll just pick Watercolor from Pendulum, because that's the best song in the whole universe. And What else should we pick?
Get a good one. It's the last one.
There is this German post-rock band called Long Distance Calling. I started to listen to them like 2 years ago when I was in Munich at one of their concerts. I just met up with a couple of friends and we were there at a like open air beer garden thing. I think we didn't even pay an entrance fee. And it was like the music catched us, and during the first song a lot of people were like cheering and talking to each other, and then suddenly everyone was just gazing and enjoying the music. And Long Distance Calling released
Pendulum, yeah.
released a song this year in summer called Immunity, and that's an awesome song with an awesome music video.
Shred Fest set. I did Pendulum from my Shred. Oh, the Shred. Oh, so Zen Fusion is a big Pendulum fan. Also in the chat.
Yeah, they're from Australia, right?
Yeah, he's from Australia. That's awesome. So yeah,
And
that's
the last song. What's the last song that I should pick? I guess I should pick a Rammstein song, right? I'm from Germany. I have
Naturally,
to
right?
Like, I have to like Rammstein. Yeah.
right.
What? No Benny Greb?
I think Sonne.
Yeah, he's amazing.
From Rammstein. The Sun is my favorite Rammstein song. Yeah, definitely.
That's a good pick.
Nice. So we got 2 more songs left, huh, to play?
Yeah, what's the next one? Is the next one the Rancid song you're talking about?
I don't know. Do you want to hear the Rancid song?
I do.
Since I'm doing music requests on stream, I could also give you a free one, so you can actually choose something. I don't know. Or do we do that? Do we do that for the last one?
Yeah, it's for the last one.
We do that for the last one.
Yeah, and then if anybody in the chat wants to put in a song they would like to request, we can pick out of the 3 that we see in chat, and then whichever one wins, that's the one we'll request in the chat.
For the third song.
For the third song, yeah.
We could, but I can let you decide. Do you want to hear Pendulum or do you want to hear Rancid?
Well, which one are you gonna play? Which Rancid song? I think for some reason Pendulum's gonna end up being like the chat favorite from what I'm seeing. So play the Rancid song. I don't know. I'm just thinking. I'm guessing. But okay. I know that Steven is a big fan, and also Fusion is a big fan. Yeah, let's play Rancid. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right, here in YenYorkCity, it's Alpine. He's gonna play his next song. Hope you enjoy it.
take my heart into the city behind. Good morning, heartache. You're like an old friend. Gonna see me again. Good morning, heartache. You're like an old friend. Gonna see me again.
Like an old friend. One of my favorites.
Took you back. That's awesome. So, how are you guys in the chat? Do you guys have any questions for Alpine before he plays the last song? And also, Alpine, it's been a pleasure. It's been super awesome to have you on the podcast. I love chatting with you. You have like so many different varieties of music that you love and you play on your stream. So if you guys are not following Alpine, he does a lot of different streams from art to creation. He's a maker of many things like 3D printing art. And I really want to see that cowbell that you were talking about, that 3D printer cowbell. I don't think I've seen it.
Yeah, and I also promised Luna to send one.
Ooh.
When he gets his electronic kit.
Oh, yeah.
That's gonna be bombs. That's gonna be amazing. So yeah, that's something to look forward to. I can't wait to see it because then I get to touch it and see it for myself. So how does Alpine feel about hardcore, being that it comes from the punk movement?
Hardcore. What even is a what is a
hardcore punk?
A hardcore band that you're thinking of that I would know. It's always difficult with genres. I hate talking about like genres in
like subgenres.
Yeah. Lashdown. I never heard of Lashdown, to be honest. I know Itchy, but Itchy is not really hardcore, right? Itchy's also more like...
Itchy's more of a feeling.
Yeah.
It's a whole vibe. It's a whole itchy vibe.
Yeah, a little itchy. I need some candy.
So any other questions then in the chat?
I remember a question that I think Sai asked right at the beginning. Are you an alpinist? He asked, coming from the name. Kinda, yes. I'm...
Is he an
yes.
alpinist?
Yes.
It's alpine and alpinist.
What is an alpinist?
I need to know for scientific reasons.
Someone who goes into the mountains and does like climbing, skiing.
Well, you do hiking, right? I know I read that from your profile.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's nice. I love hiking. I would imagine it's beautiful over there.
Oh, yes, it is.
Do you do skiing too?
And I ski. I think I pretty much could ski before I could walk.
Oh, wow. Yeah, we were just talking about
skiing. Skiing is quite natural for me, and I also tried to learn snowboarding for a couple of years, but
oh, I really want to learn.
When you have when you can ski properly, I always felt like kind of hold back by the snowboard. I wanted my skis
it's a whole
back.
different feel.
Yeah.
You're not going forward, you go into the side.
Yeah, and I also started like photography things in the Alps with nature and stuff. So
do you post any of them on Instagram, or do you just like do it for fun?
I had a very old homepage where I released all the images. What I currently do is I make like a couple of calendars and sell basically some of the pictures to local how to say it, publishers that make all kinds of stuff.
That sounds beautiful.
For the region. So
Rammstein is a sort of hard heavy metal German band. I'm still learning how to.
Also, if you talk about Rammstein as hardcore or hard, is it metal? I don't know. I don't think so. I wouldn't say metal. But I really like Rammstein for various reasons. And I think everyone should at least be trying to ski once in a lifetime.
Yeah, we're just
snowboarding.
Or snowboarding. That's right.
I thought I could do it because I used to surf and skateboard, and I realized that the controls are completely different.
So you thought.
And so I went on to like the easy slopes because I was like, okay, I'm new. It's
the
easy,
bunny
I
slopes.
should be fine. No, not even.
Not even.
No.
Yeah, and I
went up to the mountains
noticed
on the green on the green diamond, and the mountain that we went on was like it was more icier than usual, so it was harder to go down, and we had to have an emergency lift down because there was an incident.
Oh no!
Oh, it wasn't you. Okay, thank God.
It wasn't me. No.
Okay.
So eventually I was like, you know what, screw this. I'm just gonna go to the bunny slopes and learn it there instead.
Bunny slopes for me.
Because the slopes are softer, the snow is softer, so it's a lot easier to cut into. And I was like, oh yeah, after a few times I actually got the hang of it, and I'm like, I could do this now.
Yeah, and I always can't understand when people say they hate winter and they hate the cold and they hate the snow.
I love it.
I love it.
I love the snow. I want us to get like a really big, like a substantial amount of snow because for the last 2 years we haven't. But I'm in the city, so as soon as it comes down, it's like it melts, or like the city like just wipes it clean, right? Because of the traffic and everything, and it becomes very sludgy and disgusting. But yeah, that's why I love going upstate and stuff like that. And we're planning to probably do something. But yeah, it's beautiful. I love it. I love the seasons. I love winters with the snow. I like Christmas to have snow, and I love fall when it's like beautiful and all the trees change and the colors, and spring with the the whole cherry blossom season, and then summer is like my least favorite. Like I don't really like summer as much when it gets like humid because it's different here. Like we don't get like those tropical beautiful summers. It's like smoggy and So it's I don't care. Thank God that every season is like 2 or 3 months, and then I'm over it by the end of the 3rd month, and we get a new change. So I'm totally into the seasons, and I never get bored of like winter.
Yeah, I can't handle the heat. Everything that's above 25 degrees Celsius. I don't know the American the American temperatures.
Yeah.
But
done. He's always asking all our
what's 25?
25 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, everything above that is like
above like 90.
It's like too hot for me. I can't stand it.
Yeah, me
25. 77. What? That's warm.
Oh, 77 is perfect weather. For me,
no, it's already too hot.
No, 77. If I would to like pick, like, what would you guys pick for the perfect weather? For me, it's like 77, like 72, 77. Perfect.
72, 77. Yeah, I will say that. Like anything more than that, it's starting to get hot and humid.
15 Celsius. What is that?
15
I guess like in the 50s or...
59.
That's nice.
Yeah,
that's
perfect weather.
Nice little sweater.
It's a little breezy. Yeah, a little hoodie on.
Military jacket or whatever, like, get styling.
Oh, yeah. You're going shorts and a t-shirt, and you have to go a little bit faster. Yeah.
It's chilly.
Yeah, but they're like good with it, They're like, so Dun his famous question to everyone is Alpine, how does he feel about the show The Viking show?
The what?
The show Vikings. Wait, what?
TV series.
You're like obsessed with that show.
But I never heard of a show called The Vikings.
Sorry.
Is it on Netflix or?
No, it's on Amazon Prime now, or Amazon Prime Video. But it was on the History Channel. Like for us, it was on the History Channel.
I think there is no History Channel in Germany, at least when you're not subscribing to something.
Yeah.
And I'm usually, for the last couple of years, I'm only watching stuff on Netflix. I haven't really opened my Amazon Prime.
Do you have Prime?
Kinda. My sister has it.
Oh, he's leeching.
Yeah.
But yeah, so sorry, Dun Dun. He doesn't even know what
I pay for all my subs.
Viking is. So
Usually.
that's not a question now. So I guess that's all the questions, right? And I guess we're gonna end with the last song of the night. So guys, what are you guys feeling? You feeling what was the band Pendulum? What's your favorite song by them?
Do you ask me or do you ask Chad?
Both. What's
Both.
your favorite Pendulum song? And in chat, I know there's like 3 big fans in the chat.
Let's see. My favorite song. I can't play my favorite song. It's like in 180 BPM jungle beat.
You can do it.
Yeah, I can try.
You're so modest. You can do it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
They actually released like 2 new songs like 2 weeks ago, I think.
So I don't see anything in the chat. What are you guys fans? Are you guys thinking about it way too hard? That's the way. That's the way. You win.
That's the way. 180 BPMs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's. What's the fastest
You can do it.
that you could play then?
Have you tested your tempo?
I kinda stopped working on the metronome at 160 because I thought that's enough for all I need currently.
Yeah, it's not like you're playing metal or blast beats or anything.
Yeah.
Drum and bass for life. All right, well, how about we pick your favorite Pendulum song to play to, except for the 180, I guess.
The one that you feel
what's
the
your
most
second
comfortable,
favorite?
yeah. The one you feel like it's like I got this.
On the playlist that I prepared, I have Crush.
Is it that one?
That's already quite fast, and I will probably mess things up, but that's
You got
No, you
this.
won't. You won't. You.
more of the more easier songs, I guess.
You can do it.
And it's
I have
from it's from the Immersion album, I think. It's the best one.
Yes.
The best one.
It's the best,
best.
Pendulum album ever. podcast and having the community know them a little deeper and more, like in depth. So to me, it's been a blast. And so thank you so much for this time. So everyone in the chat that's been here, thank you so much. Eric, for gifting all those subs. For the follows, I know there's been the piano guy. I gotta check out your stuff. Nigel came in with the raid. Soul 80s. Oh God, there's just a lot of like awesome people that came in here. Max A Drums, thanks for being here and supporting and saying hello in the chat. I know he was really anticipating the stream because he really likes
Nigel with the raid.
Yeah, Nigel came in with that raid. Dun coming in, making money. You're awesome. Zen Fusion next week, guys. He's from Australia, so we're gonna have an Australian. I think that's my first Australian on the podcast. I love it. Alpine, I know it's really late over there in Germany.
Meerkat.
Meerkat. Oh,
yeah,
how can I forget
AM.
our Meerkat? Thank you for being here. I know you really wanted. I know you were gonna be here, and you were awesome. Let's see who else. Then Kiwi. Thanks so much for being here. Everyone here participating in chat. I appreciate every single one of you guys. You guys rock. You're all rock stars here. And so if you guys are not following Alpine, shout out to Alpine one more time. And he's gonna be live. The next stream is gonna be Friday. Is it gonna be Friday? Alpine?
Probably yes.
Okay, so look out for that. It was Friday. Central.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me, and also thank you so much for doing this and giving a lot of streamers another platform, and so that we can get to know another part of the community, and also another part of the community gets to know us. It's quite amazing.
Yeah, I think this is what a community is about, and sharing and growing together. And getting to know everyone more in this kind of way, it brings more of that like human aspect to us, and getting to know what your life is more like from all different parts of the world, and also your likes and your favorite type of music and stuff to play, so people know when they come in there what they're dealing with and what you love. So we're gonna end it with a raid. I think I'm gonna raid somebody that's gonna be on the podcast in December. I think it's his birthday today too. It looks like he's doing a charity stream. He's a guitarist. He sings. Let me see. Where is it? I saw him. I hope he didn't end his stream. I love raiding people that also have that are gonna be on the podcast. That so you guys could get a little preview. And he's also doing a charity stream. So let's see. I saw him up here. Let's see. So also if you guys have any suggestions, make sure to follow Discord. I'll put the Discord in the chat, so we can hang out in the Discord, and also give me some ideas on who you want in future broadcasts here on the podcast. Let's see. Oh yeah, he's oh wait. Yeah, he's live. Okay. So yeah, guys, we're gonna stay for the raid, because you get to participate in the raids and the points and all that stuff. Wait, okay, let me get his name here.
Let me put on my raid hat.
Raid hat. Raid hat. Love it. Okay.
Also the Hosenträger.
Yeah, put a raid command in there, babe. Put a couple of your raids in there, the raids, and then put my emojis in there. And yeah, we'll go in and raid. Next week we'll have Zen Fusion. He's a bass player, drummer, and guitarist. Yeah, he's multi-talented, instrumental streamer from Australia. That's gonna be super fun. We're gonna get to know him more and how Australia has been treating him this year, and Twitch. So yeah, do you want me to put the raid command or something?
You put the command in there. I'm gonna set up the the chat to copy.
Okay. So thanks, Beercat. I don't have a raid hate. Should I put my raid bra back on? What? Raid hat? Oh, raid hat. That's alright. Perfect. Awesome. Alright, guys. You guys are awesome. Have a good night. Alpine, have a great night. Thanks for taking this time, and it was late, and we appreciate you, you know, being here, even though the time difference and everything. That's like dedication. Yeah.
Have a good night. Have a good week.
You too, guys, and make sure to follow Alpine. He'll be on Central European Time Friday, 7 to 10, something like that. But yeah, get your notifications on. You know, that always helps. Toofy! We're ending Toofy. We're ending right now. You missed it. Oh no! But hey, you can participate in the raid. But yeah, Toofy's another awesome streamer. He's a drummer, and he also is from Tasmania. Like, how cool is that? I just love saying that. He's from Tasmania. It makes me want to do that like Tasmanian devil sound, but I won't because I'll probably sound really ridiculous.
The tornado.
Yes, yeah. The tornado sound. It's really...
I throw a fart in here and there.
But yeah, we had Alpine. I know Toofy loves you, Alpine. He's also a really great supporter, drummer. So yeah, love you guys. All you guys are awesome, freaking awesome, rock stars. Okay, so we're gonna go raid this next person that's gonna be on the podcast in December. We're gonna have awesome. We have awesome new podcasts. November, December, we have a whole lineup of fucking awesome people from Twitch. So guys, get ready, get your raid commands on, and we're gonna go. So thanks so much. I hope to see you on the next stream, and have a good night. And yeah, love you guys. You guys rock. Be good to each other, and I'll see you next time.